What's up, it's you? For today's video, we'll be full funny Pokemon anime cries team. These are some of the funniest Pokemon anime cries you'll ever hear in your life. Now, it was difficult to come up with 6 of them, so I actually played the actual clips of the Pokemon after this. If there's a cry you think could have added into this team, or one you really like, let me know in the comment section of the video. For now, listen to this. Alright, some amazing anime cries right there. Which one of those was your favorite, or if there's any other ones you like, let me know in the comment section of the video, and let's get into both of these battles. Now, I'm going to try and recreate some of these cries throughout the video. There we go, this Guzzlord, I did it. So I hope you enjoy them. It's going to be the one time you hear me try and imitate Pokemon cries. So the first Pokemon, it's a Miltank, and it's called Whitney. Now, this is a stomping Whitney. It's going to try and flinch my Guzzlord. We've got an interesting Guzzlord set here. We've got a Belch, Hyper Beam, Dragon Pulse, and Substitute set. What I wanted to do is I wanted to try and get Guzzlord to open its mouth as much as possible. So I thought these moves could definitely be the way to go. We got Max Health and Max Special Attack, Modest Nature, and the item is going to be Citrus Berry. The ability, it's Beast Burst, right? So I've got this Citrus Berry as the item. What I need to do to consume the Citrus Berry is going to allow me to use Belt. So I need to go for and take some more damage or use another substitute. So the Miltank's going to go for a Stompy. It's actually doing a fair bit of damage, and it has a 30% chance of flinching my Pokemon as well. So quite a nasty move to use on a Miltank. And of course, I'm going to get flinched there. Now, we've got a Dragon Pulse option to go for again. I feel like it's going to be better just to attack this thing than trying setting up a substitute. It's just got that chance of flinching, and it's doing a fair bit of damage too. So I'm down to my last 100 health here. Something's got to give right. Here comes a Miltank with another stomp on my Guzzlord. Looks pretty funny when it goes flat. And now I'm going to go for a Dragon Pulse here. Look at that mouth open. And then the Miltank is going to somehow live and take me out with a stomp. I tried, people. Unfortunately, I got scummed out there by the power of Stomp with that 30% flinch chance. Next Pokemon is gonna be, I don't know how to do this one. This is gonna be super cringe. I'm gonna explain what Regis said is first. So we got a Rock Polish set. We've got Icicle Sphere with the King's Rock, and we've got Iron Head, and I've also got Stomp too. Now, I really thought it was funny when Regis used Stomp, because when you look at its feet, right, they're literally like spikes. And I thought, this is going to be cool. Is the opponent going to get like spiked? But, you know, something different actually happens. So I've got Rock Polish here. I'm double my speed. I'm going to go for the Stomp, but it comes out of Regis's hand instead of its foot. It's like super weird. It's like, guys, Regis, something like that. It's really, really slow. Like, it's super creepy. Like, I feel like that one could have been like the creepiest one out of the Regis, of course. All right, next Pokemon, it's another Miltank. We got a full team of Miltank here. So I was wondering if the Miltank actually had thick fat. There was a high chance that it did, but maybe some of them had different abilities. So I'm going to get 2 hits there, but I get a lucky flinch, which is really, really cool. So I thought, well, you know what? I can go for Iron Hand here. This still has a chance of flinching. Just one thing too, King's Rock is not going to stack with a moves that already have a flinch chance like Iron Head and Stomp. It was solely there for the Icicle Sphere. So now we're going to have a Miltank, of course, it's going to have Rollout. Of course, I knew there'd be one of them Rollout. And the good thing about this, at least I won't get hit by a track. So it's going to be rolling out here. I really need to get a flinch against Miltank, right? If I can get a flinch, that's going to shut the Rollout down. Unfortunately, it does have a rocky helmet, and it's going to hit me with another Rollout. I've got to take this Miltank out, otherwise I'm going to get swept. Actually, that doesn't sound really good when it faints. All right, next Pokemon. All right, I don't even know how to even pronounce Registeel's cry. I'm just going to give you like, pretend you're playing guitar. It sounds like I'm playing like a guitar, or like a Guitar Hero or something like that. If you want to roll back to the start of this video, I did put the Cries. So I knew that I'd be able to swap this in and tank all those rollouts as much as I could. I'm going to go for a Rock Polish here. 2 of my Pokemon had Rock Polish. This was a Steel Roller set with Thunder Punch. I've run this one before, or something very similar to it. Now, with Steel Roller, you need to be able to use that under a terrain. If you use it, it's going to fail if there's no terrain up. The best way for Registeel to get a terrain up by itself is to use something like Thunder Punch, right? Because that'll put the electric terrain up. The only thing is you have to Dynamax to do that. So I found in a lot of the battles using this team, I had to, to use my most powerful move on Registeel, I had to Dynamax it. It's not a bad Pokemon, and most of the time it would survive the entire Dynamax just due to its overall bulk. But I need to make sure that I didn't do the electric terrain too early either. So going for Max Steel Spiky, I thought, well, I might as well make use of Dynamax and get some good damage on this Whitney, and I got a defensive boost too, which is great. Registeel's defense is already really, really good, so this is only going to help me out. Now, Rollout, don't tell me how that one missed. Look at the size of that. How could you miss Rollout, right? Anyway, I've got Max Lightning. That's going to be a good move to go for in case there's any, Dynamax coming up there. So I want to get that electric terrain on the field. That'll allow me to use Steel Roller once I am out of Dynamax. So I've got one more turn of Dynamax. In some cases, I could even go for a Max Guard if I wanted to stall out a turn of Dynamax and that sort of thing, and then use Steel Roller. So next Pokemon, it's another Miltank. Now, I've got an option here of going for Max Steel Spike again or going for Max Strike. Miltank's actually quite a good amount of speed here. And I've also got Max Strike for more power. So I in the end just decided to go for that. And now my opponent is going to go for a Dynamax Miltank. So it possibly could have been a good thing that I went for the Max Lightning earlier on in case, we got any double scumbag Max Guard. I've seen a triple one before. If you watch one of my videos, there has been a couple where there's been triples before, like that, rent-free ballistic. So anyway, we got to look at the size of those teeth, by the way. Just noticing. So go for a Max Steel Spike right here. And it actually does some really, really good damage to the Whitney. It almost does half health. So I was actually really happy with that because I got a crit. I was like, there's no way that wasn't a crit. So I got +2 in defense, which is pretty nice. And now Miltank's going to go for a Max Strike. Now Miltank obviously they're aware that that's going to be not very effective and they're trying to drop my speed. However, I'm running a clear body set, so that's not going to drop my speed at all, which is very, very nice. Now, we got the Registeel going out of its Dynamax. Now, the stage is set for me to use Steel Roller. Did I want to use Steel Roller when Miltank was really big and stuff like that? No, but I wanted to just try and do some much damage as possible. So I went for Steel Roller right now. I was really, really wanting to use it not against a Dynamax Pokemon because I know that Miltank is going to be able to... I just can't look at Dynamax Miltank without laughing. Anyway, I'm going to keep going for Steel Roller. We're going to keep these videos PG, alright? So go for the Steel Roller. At least I took it over half health. Instantly, when you use Steel Roller, it gets rid of the terrain straight away. So maybe to make a good Steel Roller strategy, you'd have to keep setting up the terrain. Maybe I'll do a Pokemon sweep with Steel Roller only. I get a Pokemon to set the terrain up, right? Then I use Steel Roller, but then it would actually have to remove the terrain and use it again. So I have to take up what Pokemon get a terrain-based move and Steel Roller. There may not be any, so I may have to use some other partners to set it up. Things like, I don't know, I was going to say the Tapus, that'd be alright. But yeah, Pokemon like that set up the terrains automatically would be quite handy. So I thought, you know what, let's go for an explosion here. I've got Normal Gem as my item, and that is going to take out the third Miltank. It's also going to take up a Registeel, but I felt it was the best move I could do there, and strongest move, just to get rid of it in case they had something annoying like Milk Drink, because you never know, right? This is also a battle against Ugia as well. I'm not sure if I said that right. Alright, Dracofish. Now, I don't know how to say this right. It's really quite a jolly sort of cry. Let me explain the set first, and then I'll try and do a cry with Dracofish. It's going to be super cringe. So I've got Hydro Pump, Meteor Beam, Brine. Now, don't roast Brine. It's actually quite a good attack in the right situation. And we also got Dragon Pulse. I've got the ability Water Absorb. Now, in case I come across any opposing Dragofishes, if they try and spam, their blue button, I'm going to be good to go there with the Water Absorb. So I've got Max Speed, Tip of Nature, and I've also got Max Special Attack. Now, it's not all that bad with Meteor Beam on the special side. It's actually got some decent stab. So now the Miltank is in range. I'm going to go for the Brine here. Brine's also an option too if I don't want to miss with Hydro Pump's kind of shaky. The Miltank is going to go for a milk drink there. Imagine drinking your own milk. Now, let me see if I can do this right. It's quite jolly. It's like, Uno, la, la, la. I don't know. It's like a high, I'm not sure what sort of, it's like maybe a higher pitched voice. I'm not going to be able to get to those ranges in my voice, but, that was the closest I could probably do then. One day I'm going to do a video how to not pronounce Pokemon, and I know you'll just love it so much, people, because there's always this one, actually there's probably more than one person, there's always this, I don't know, flock of people every video that, like, roast me in the comment section how I pronounce Pokemon. I'm like, it's fine. I'll take the roast. Anyway, back to the battle. I'm going to go for a Hydro Pump. Does very good damage to Miltank. It's a clean, a 2-hit KO. We got the Miltank go for a rollout here. It's another rollout set. That was a crit, and that's going to be the end of Miltank because I can go for a Brian. Now, Brian doubles in base power. So normally it's 65 base power, but it absolutely drops hard when it's half health or below. It's actually very powerful, and it's got 100% actually too. So quite an interesting move used in the right situation. So go for a Brian here on the Miltank. I didn't want to miss a Hydro Pump, and get taken out by Stop, and Stop is going to take out my Dracofish. That's okay because I've still got 2 more Pokemon left. Now the next cry, of course, is Regirock. On. All right. Now with Regirock, right? This is, I'd say this is probably the biggest meme out of all the Pokemon cries. I'd say, like, I was going to pick all the, like, a couple other Pokemon, like Electabuzz and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just find all the Regice cries really, really funny and interesting. Even Regigigas has a good cry. It's like, it kind of sounds a bit sad too, like I was listening to the other day, but I don't know. Let me know what your favorite Pokemon cry from the anime is in the comment section of the video. Alright, so we got this really cool Regirock set. We got Gravity, Zap Cannon, Stone Miss, and Dynamic Miss. So this set is all based around gravity, right? I mean, Miltank does not understand the gravity of the situation right now, right? Because my Dynamic Punch is going to be landing. Now, I've got the Confusion. It's super effective. The EV spread's pretty good too. We got Max Attack and Max Special Attack. Like, this is fully offensive Regirock, right? So I've got the ability on this. I've got Clear Body instead of Sturdy in case we've got any, Intimidate users and things like that. And what you want to do is you want to land the Zap Cannon to paralyze, and then you land the Dynamic Punch, you get Parafusion, and then you just, like, slay the opponents. It actually worked really, really well in a lot of the battles that I did. And that, my friends, is the very last Miltank on their team. Look at the top of the screen there. Those teats are going crazy. How many... Wait, I've got a question for you. Question of the day, right? How many teats are on the opponent's team? Someone has to know. It's got quite an easy answer when you think about it. All right, let's get on to battle number 2 here. This is a battle of the Skylar. We haven't had a battle for 69 years, and we got a lead of Salazzle. Now, I'm wondering what team this is. If you can guess it, let me know in the comment section too. Now, I didn't actually reveal the last Pokemon on my team, but I will in this battle. So we got a Salazzle lead here. It's a physical set going for Gunk Shot on my Guzzlord. I was actually kind of hoping for a swap there because I was wondering what Salazzle, could really do to me outside of a poison type move. And, I had a pretty decent set here. It's quite bulky. So we've got the Citrus Berry activation and I've got the sub up. So I thought, okay, this is good. Now, Gunk Shot's possibly could miss behind the sub. Look at that camera angle of the sub. That was really random. Like, it sort of zoomed in, like, right into the substitute doll's face. It's crazy. It's almost as big as my life-size substitute doll. So the sub is obviously going to go there. I'm going to go for Dragon Pulse. It's my best move, and I knew that it wouldn't one-shot it, but it did a lot of damage. Salazzle's not exactly what you call bulky, right? We're going to pop that air balloon right there, and Salazzle lands another Gunk Shot on my Guzzlord. Now, the bad thing about this, right, I was hoping for no poison, and unfortunately, it's happened. Like, with me, right, with RNG, if you've ever watched my streams or just generally watched my videos, every time, I'm not joking, every time I think that something's going to happen, like, I don't know, I'm going to get frozen this turn. I'm going to get poisoned this turn. Oh, the crit's definitely coming my way. It always happens. Like, it's almost like I jinx myself. So, anyway, that's the end of the Salazzle. And it's going to probably be the end of my Guzzlord, too, because it's going to get outspeed. Then I was like, oh, Rolt, I can use Belch. This is going to be great. Hopefully I can outspeed the Belch here. I mean, not the Belch. I mean the Rolts, man. It is tiny, it is a tiny little Pokemon, so it would get, like, super, like, what's the word for it? I don't know. I can't think of the word right now, but regardless, I got destroyed by the Rolts there. Not in, a shroud, like a shroud. I don't know, like, would it be a shroud of mist, of burp? I don't really know. It depends how big the burp is. Coming from Guzzlord, I think it would be really, really big. So we're going to bring in this Registeel here. Going to play some Guitar Hero when it comes out. It almost sounds like that, brr, 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 like that. I don't know. I'm terrible at these sort of cries. Still, I can go for a Max Lightning here, and this is going to set the stage for my Steel Roller. And also, it should hit Golduck pretty hard, hopefully. So go for Dynamax Registeel once again. I'd say probably 8 out of the 10 battles that I had with this team, most of the time I was using this in Dynamax, right? But I really actually want to try out a Steel Roller only Pokemon sweep. So I don't know if anyone's got any suggestions, put them in the comment section too. Like, I mean, I'm going to have to check if I've done a Registeel sweep. If I haven't, I could try Registeel, or it could be any other Pokemon that learns, Steel Roller or some way to get Steel Roller. Maybe I could, I'm not sure, think up some strategy for that. I'm just thinking, because it's such an interesting move, but very, very limited to the terrains, right? So that's the end of Golduck. I could have actually probably already done it, but like, I don't know. I don't think I have done it, but it is an interesting move. So next Pokemon that we got is a Squirtle. Now, I smelled a rat. I'm going to be real there. I thought, this is going to have something scummy like Mirror Code or something like that. I feel like it's going to be Sash or Mirror Code or something scummy like that. So I decided, I'm going to go for Max Guarded just to see what happens, right? And the Squirtle, it didn't use anything like Mirror Code or Sash. That Shell Smash. Like, oh no. So now Squirtle's stats are going to get boosted there. I got no idea what sort of set it's going to be. Is it going to be physical? Is it going to be special? I don't really know. But I am a Registeel, so I should be able to take this move somewhat decently, at least in Dynamax that is. Once I exit Dynamax, it's going to be a very, very big problem. So here we go, Dynamax Squirtle. Only I'll hit my shell, right? And, it looks pretty good as a Dynamax Pokemon Squirtle. Just imagine a big turtle, like, looking down on you smiling like that, right? Imagine a life-size Squirtle. Like, imagine the Squirtle is the bed, right? And you lay on its shell. Actually, you probably roll off. That wouldn't be too comfortable. Anyway, we got an attacking move there on the Squirtle, and it's going to block me. So that's the end of my Dynamax. Now, once again here, I can't really use Steel Roller. I mean, I can, but it's going to do nothing. So I thought, well, I've got the Thunder Punch here. It's going to be super effective. We got some terrain on the field here. I might as well go for it, right? So here comes a Max Knuckle from the Squirtle. It's a physical set, and that hits me really, really hard. So obviously coming off Squirtle's physical attack, it's not going to be super amazing even with a Shell Smash. But I have to take this thing out like soon, right? So unfortunately, Thunder Punch is going to fail to take it out there. I wonder if it did have a Focus Sash. Maybe, I'd say it probably did. And that is going to be the end of Registeel. So now Squirtle has +4 in attack, which is pretty scary, right? I could get swept by a Squirtle here, right? It's happened before. I don't know if it's happened before, but it has happened at some point, right? Next Pokemon to come in is going to be my Dracofish. I thought, I've got enough bulk to be able to lift this. Let's see what move it's going to be, right? I feel like it's going to have to go for a fighting move here. Now the Squirtle, it's going to be a mix set. They're going to go for a Freeze Axe. It does a lot of damage too, and I'm going to send them right down the brine line. So I'm very, very thankful that I didn't get frozen there, because that could have been, that could have been a sweep right there. They're definitely a mini sweep. Now the next Pokemon to come out here is going to be Xerneas. Now this is where it turned into a disaster. I've got to be real with you. So out it comes there, and now it's going to go for a Draining Kiss. Now, Dracofish gets its first kiss ever, but it faints on the first date. Look at it. It's about to faint here. And then it's like, ooh la la. I don't know. That sort of sounds what it's like. I'm not sure. I'm going to play it back and see if I can get that right. Now, the next cry here we got is Regice. And Regice has got the Iron Head, so I thought I might be able to work with that. Where is Regice's mouth anyway? I don't think it's got a mouth. I think it's just got, like, eyeballs. So go for Rock Polish here. I need to be able to outspeed this Xerneas to make advantage of my Iron Head. Flinch Spam. So going for Iron Head, it's about a 4 to 5 hit KO. It's probably going to get turned into a 6 or 7 due to the Draining Kiss of Xerneas. Now, I don't know whether the Xerneas has something like, I don't know, Big Root to get more health recovery back there, but it could be a viable item on it. So we're going to go for another Iron Head. I get a Flinch. I'm like, great, this is very, very good. So go for another Iron Head here. I probably need one more. Then I start to think of this plan, right? I'm thinking, I want to finish off Xerneas with a Stomp. I don't know if I've ever taken out an Xerneas with Stomp before. It's just something I wanted to do, right? Just on the moment. So go for Iron Head here. I was like, hopefully this will just live, right? And it was a perfect range. It lived on 1 health, right? Merchant available. Now the Xerneas is going to go for a Draining Kiss once again. It's only going to get a little bit of health back, and my Regice is able to tank it, which is really good. So I'm like, okay, cool. This is definitely in range to go for the Stomp here. I stomped those deer horns, and it didn't take it out. Oh, I'm going to get roasted so hard in the comment section for this. So, like, there's going to be this person, like, they're typing right now. I can just feel it. PIMPNITE, you should have gone for Iron Head or something like that. Like, I know it's going to happen. I know I wanted to go for Iron Head, but I wanted to get the Disrespect Stomp KO, and I failed. It's not often I fail a Disrespect move, I've got to say. But in that time I did. So anyway, we got the Aurora Beam. That was the same color as Xerneas' horns. That looked really cool. I'm going to go for the Stone Mist there, because simply I've got Dynamite Punch and Zap Cannon, so they were poor actually, so I had to take the risk. And that is the end of the Xerneas. Next Pokemon I come in is going to be Zygarde, 69%. And you know what? This actually isn't all that bad. So Zygarde's going to miss with Toxic. And you know what? Zygarde does not understand the gravity of the situation. So I can go for a Dynamic Punch, get some good damage, and get it confused, right? Since I've got Breaking Swipe, my attack stat isn't going to get dropped because of, So wait, since I've got Clear Body, Breaking Swipe is not going to, drop my attack stat. Did I say Breaking Swipe is my ability? Man, what would that even be? Someone's got to suggest something cool for that. Regardless, we got a bulky Zygarde set here. Now, I can go for a Dynamic Punch over and over, but I can't use my Zap Cannon combination. And even if I could, the Zygarde had rest, right? And it's going to be healing all the way up. So I'm going to need to take this out in a couple of Dynamic Punches before my gravity runs out, and of course a PP. So getting a very, very handy crit there, which is great. And Zygarde is going to, it could possibly go down this turn. It's going to be very, very close. It might just be able to leave, but it may even hit itself in confusion. So now we've got the Zygarde swapping out here, and we've got the Rolts coming in for force. I'm like, okay, this is fine. I can just drop this with like one Stone Edge, right? So first things first, I'm going to go for the Dynamic Punch, just in case there's any scum, because when you battle White Hortage, you got to prepare for scum, right? So Rolts is confused. This is good. And it's going to be very, very confused at this point. And it didn't hit itself for confusion, and now it's going to go for a Destiny Bond. And this is bad because the Destiny Bond is going to go first, and I went second, and I took the Rolts out. I think that might have been Choice Scarf Rolts with Destiny Bond. That's just messed up. So that's the end of my Regirock there. And I've got one more Pokemon left. Who's the last Pokemon? It is going to be Staryu. And Staryu's is really easy to do. It's just like a simple like that, I just quite like that. And Starmie's, I think, is a little bit more pronounced on the sort of thing, but, they're pretty similar. All right, so this is an interesting set. We've got Cosmic Power, Recover, Whirlpool, and Toxic. Now, I won't really be able to make use of my Toxic at all because the opponent's Zygarde is sleeping, so I can't poison it. So I'm like, well, if I can get this thing fainted before it uses rest again, I might have a chance here, right? So we got a classic Sleek Talk PIMPNITE rest. I was very happy to see that. Now, the only thought on my side at the moment is going to be the leftovers recovering the Zygarde, because if I didn't have that recovery, it should have been a slam dunk. But I know at this point, I'm probably going to need a critical hit either on both the Whirlpools or just one of them, right? That was the idea. Now, the EV spread on this Staryu, if I didn't call it Starmie already, it's a bulky set. We've got max health and max speed, Timid Nature. We've got Everlight. Ability is going to be Natural Cure. And it's actually really, really tanky. I kind of wish it would learn, I was thinking about running a stored power setup, but, it can't access that move unless it was something like, I don't know, Mimic or things like that. But this is actually pretty cool, and it's very, very bulky too if it managed to get enough cosmic powers. Unfortunately for me, the Zygarde is going to wake up here and get another rest off. I mean, there's no way that Zygarde would be able to take my Staryu out in one shot here. It's way too bulky. I just noticed something about Staryu too. When you look at the back of it, it's, I don't know, its little jewel part, it's sort of only clamped onto one of its legs. It's not even even. I thought there'd be one up the top and then one down the bottom. I just noticed that right now. The things you learn every day. You always learn something. Maybe not every day, but you do learn new things all the time. So here comes another Breaking Swipe there. Breaking Swipe's going to be about a 3 to 4 hit KO. Now my attack's going to drop. That's not going to matter at all. I've got the Whirlpool and the Toxic combination. Hopefully going to happen, right? The only thing I can do here is keep going for Whirlpool over and over again. Now, we've only got 2 minutes left of the battle, right? So, I'm going to have to just keep attacking it. There's no way that I can poison this thing. Unless I poison it right away after it wakes up and then put it in range to go to sleep again. That's really all I can do, right? Try and keep it asleep. So, we got another Sleep Talk rest there. I think that was the second or third one on Zygarde. And I just wish it didn't have leftovers. I'd have a chance here, right? So now it's going to get free from the Whirlpool. I'm going to unfree it from the Whirlpool and put that around. So it's got about half health. I get my critical hit then, but it didn't matter because, of course, the Zygarde, wasn't anywhere near to being low on health. So here comes another Breaking Swipe here. I've got 51 health left. You know what? At this stage, I was thinking I could go for Recover here, but what's the point? We've got 1 minute left on the stupid 20-minute timer, right? So I may as well just keep attacking it over and over again. So we got 50 seconds on the clock here. I'm going to go for a Toxic. Thought if I can go for Toxic here and then go for another Whirlpool, it might put it in a low amount of range or maybe a crit or something like that. That's all I can really do here, If this battle was Say we had 60 minutes left on the clock, I would have played a lot more conservative and gone for recover more, but essentially here, the Zygarde has completely stopped my Staryu because of one move, Rest. So I can't do enough damage to it. It can simply heal all my damage off and go to sleep. And eventually, I'm going to run out of recovers, and, the Zygarde will be able to take me out. But it would have gone for a long while, and in the end, I actually managed to get more health than the Zygarde, which was pretty funny. So that was the last move of it. I think I got some extra toxic damage and a little bit of whirlpool damage on the Zygarde before the battle ended. So I had a little bit more health. I wonder how close it would have been because I think I had like 43 health? Yeah, 40 something health there before the Zygarde actually, or the battle ended. It's 43. So obviously Skylar would have won that battle if it was a 60-minute battle like a normal battle timer. But pretty cool one. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.